Hello guys, in today's video, this is not just another fat bike that looks good in photos. This is a true two-wheeled off-roader built for long rides, bad roads and serious adventures. At the first glance you can see the robust construction, huge fat 26x4-inch tires and a real full suspension system that promises comfort that is rarely seen in this class. What makes it even more interesting is the fact that it is a EU legal version, limited to 25 km per hour and completely road ready without any additional complications. And when we add to that a battery with a range of up to 120 km, it's clear that this e-bike is aimed at the riders who want both power and autonomy on the two wheels. So for more details, be sure to watch this Rattan Pathfinder Pro video review. The Pathfinder Pro comes in this huge transport box that immediately gives idea of how big the bike actually is. The package is very well protected and it's immediately clear that the manufacturer takes transport seriously. The bike comes about 85% assembled, which means that the few basic things need to be mounted: the front wheel, handlebars, pedals and a few other little things. Now the package with the bike also includes a charger with adequate EU adapter. We also have pedals, some assemble tools, a thank you card with a barcode that leads to a link for assembly instructions. The Pathfinder Pro already looks serious and robust at the first glance. The frame is massive, the lines are clear and it's clear that the bike was designed with the emphasis on durability. The integrated battery gives a neat and modern look. Instead of an external package protruding from the frame, the battery is integrated into the structure, so the bike looks more harmonious and compact. This detail affects not only the appearance but also the weight distribution, which later comes to the fore when riding. The double crown front fork further emphasizes the off-road character. Such constructions is usually associated with the downhill bikes and gives a feeling of solidity at the first touch. The large fat tires visually dominate the bike and make it clear that the Pathfinder Pro is designed for various variety of surfaces. The bike doesn't feel like a city bike with an additional engine, but rather like a full off-road machine. The bike's frame was designed with the emphasis of stability and load capacity. The maximum load of around 180 kg suggests that the structure is designed for a wide range of users, including those carrying additional equipment or cargo. The bike is designed for riders who are approximately 167 to 200 cm tall, which covers most users. The seat and handlebar adjustment allow to relatively easy adjustment. The Pathfinder Pro model's electrical system is based on a 48-volt platform that allows for stable motor operation and efficient use of energy. The 18 amp-hour battery is one of the largest in the class of electric bikes. The total capacity is approximately 864 watt-hour, which allows for longer rides without the need for frequent charging. The declared range of up to 120 km depends on the level of assistance, terrain configuration, temperature and rider weight. In practice, that means that the bike can easily cover everyday routes without the constant need for charging. The battery uses a management system BMS that protects the cells from overcharging and overheating. Such a system helps preserve capacity through a greater number of charging cycles. The manufacturer states more than 800 charge cycles before significantly capacity loss, which means several years of use under normal conditions. The battery is locked with a key and can be removed for charging or security. The integrated solution also protects the battery from water splashes while driving. The rear hub motor operates on 48 volts and delivers a high torque of approximately 120 Nm. This torque value is particularly evident when starting for standstill and riding uphill. The motor transmission powers directly to the rear wheel, which provides a stable and predictable acceleration feeling. There is no sudden jerk when the assistance is activated, but the power delivers gradually. The system maintains a stable power output even under load, which means that the bike maintains its performance even with a heavier rider or uphill slopes. The maximum speed is limited to 25 km/h in order for the bike to comply with all European regulations. Of course, the limitation can be removed if you can ride on your own private terrain. The motor is of close constructions and protects from the moisture and dust, which increases the longevity of the system. The noise level is relatively low and the motor is barely noticeable while riding. The Shimano 7-speed transmission allows for additional load adjustment. The combination of electric assistance and mechanical gears allows the rider to find the optimal pedaling rhythm. The gear shifting is predictable and makes it relatively easy to maintain a pedaling cadence. The Pathfinder Pro is equipped with the hydraulic disc brakes with a 180mm diameter disc at the front and the rear. And during the first ride, it becomes clear that the braking system is adapted to the weight and character of this bike. With the heavier electric models, quality braking is not only a question of performance but also a basic requirement for safety, and this is where the advantage of the hydraulic system is seen. Braking occurs gradually and controlled without sudden grabbing that could destabilize the bike. On downhills, the advantage of a larger disc is additionally felt. The braking power remains uniform even after several constructive braking sessions without noticeable weakening of the effect. This is precisely what gives additional sense of security when riding on the longer descents or more difficult terrain. The full suspension design is one of the most reasons why the Pathfinder Pro leaves such a calm impression when riding. After the first kilometers, it becomes clear that the suspension was designed with the emphasis of comfort and stability and not just the addition to the equipment list. The front double crown fork feels solid and stable from the first touch. When going over small holes or damaged asphalt, there is no sharp impact that will be transmitted to the hands, but the fork gradually absorbs the bumps. This progressive operation gives a sense of security because the bike remains still even when the surface is not ideal. The rear shock absorber additionally softens shocks and is especially noticeable on longer rides. Instead of constant small vibrations that gradually tire the rider, the ride feels softer and more relaxed. The whole combination of a full suspension system and the wide fat tires gives a particularly pronounced feeling of comfort. The bumps that would be very noticeable on a classic bike are transformed here into gentle movements that the body can easily tolerate. The large 26x4 fat tires play a very important role in the overall behavior of the bike. At the first glance, it's clear that they are not just there for looks but also for functionality. The wide tire profile gives a very stable feeling. On asphalt, the tires provide good contact with the surface and the ride feels stable even at the maximum speed. The bike keeps its direction with the need for constant steering correction, which further increases the feeling of safety. On gravel or uneven surfaces, the advantage of a fat tire is even more pronounced. The wider contact surface provides a better grip, so the bike feels more stable than models with narrow tires. Fat tires also further dampen vibrations, which together with the suspension gives a very comfortable riding feel. Let's not forget the colorful LCD display located in the middle of the handlebars. It's clearly readable even during daily riding. The information is displayed simple and clearly, without unnecessary graphic elements that would distract attention. While riding, it is easy to monitor basics data such as the speed, assistance level, and the battery status. The numbers are large enough that you can read them without taking your eyes off the road for a long time. The controls are arranged logically and quickly become intuitive. Changing the assistance level can be done without stopping, which is especially practical when the terrain changes. The switching system is simple, and after few use it becomes an automatic movement that you no longer notice. The bike starts quickly and without complicated procedures. An interesting addition is the ability to connect to the app via Bluetooth. Through the app, it is possible to view ride data and adjust certain bike parameters. Such functions do not change the basic character of the bike but add a modern dimension to its use. The system is not overloaded with options, but it offers enough functionality to make riding feel modern and practical. The Pathfinder Pro offers several riding modes that allow you to adapt to different situations. The pedal assist mode provides the most natural feeling because the motor helps you to pedal, creating the impression that you are putting in less effort than usual. In this mode, riding feels harmonious and natural. The motor does not take control but only supplements the rider power. This is why this mode is becoming the most common choice for everyday riding. Classic unassisted riding allows you to use the bike like a regular model. Although the mess is then more noticeable, the bike can still be ridden with major difficulties, which is important in the case of a flat battery. Throttle mode allows you to move without pedaling, which is practical when starting from a place or in situations where you want to rest your legs. The throttle responds gradually and there is no sudden acceleration that could surprise the rider. 5 levels of assistance allow for more precise power adjustment. Lower levels are suitable for saving battery and easy riding, while the higher levels make it easier to move uphill or ride against the wind. Such adaptivity makes the bike very versatile and allows it to be used in different situations. After using the Pathfinder Pro model for some time, its stable and calm character stands out the most. The bike does not try to impress with aggressive performance, but rather provides a balanced riding experience that feels natural and reliable. The engine provides enough assistance to keep the rider legs, but does not feel overly powerful. The suspension and the tires together create a very comfortable feeling that is especially evident on poor roads. The bike feels stable and predictable in different situations, which gives a sense of security. It is precisely this stability that makes it suitable for less experienced riders who want an electric bike without complicated behavior. Most importantly, the Pathfinder Pro leaves the impression of a bike that you could use regularly, not just occasionally. It feels equally well into everyday rides as it does on longer trips in nature. If you know what you are buying and are looking for this type of bike, you might ask, is the Pathfinder Pro worth the money in 2026? Absolutely yes. In this video description you will find links, discounts and additional information. If this review helped you know what to do, order the Rattan Pathfinder Pro today because quantities are limited and tomorrow may be too late. That's all for now, see you in the next video review, until then bye.